I said the front row. Breathable. Very nice. Families, as you're coming in, please sit together and leave a space between you and any other family. Faculty, if you can try to sit on the front row or on the ends so that you can get to the stage quickly. Families, as you're coming in, please sit together as a family and leave a space between you and any other family. Families, as you're coming in, please sit together as a family and leave one space between you and any other family. Families, we're going to be getting started in just a moment. If you can please sit with your family, graduates, sit with your families. And as you're moving in, please give yourself at least one space between you and any other family. All right, thank you. We'll be getting started in just a moment. Friends, we're going to just wait 1 or 2 more minutes, and then we will get started. Thank you, seniors, for being here on time. I appreciate it. Families, as you're coming in, please just take a seat together as a family and leave a space between you and any other family. Come on in, friends. You can sit anywhere. Just leave a space between you and any other family. Come on in. Good morning, friends. I'd like to welcome everyone to our senior recognition program for the 324th graduating class of the Abington Friends School. What a privilege it is for me to stand here, and though we are not in the meeting house, even just to be standing in a room, all of us together, to share this time with what will be soon AFS's newest alumni. As we move into the program, each student will be asked by a faculty member to stand and be recognized. You should know that the words the faculty members share about you as individuals are not their words alone, but are the collective thoughts of the faculty. The words are a reflection of how we saw your story unfold here at AFS. Take the words as they are intended, as a gift and remembrance of the person you were to us as you walked our halls. As with any meeting, we will begin with some shared stillness and silence.
Isabella Aguilar. Isabella, one of your paintings this year shows a fierce Aztec sun peeping from behind the bright satin skirt of a folkloric dancer. In another piece, your sun is shown rising over a field of intricately embroidered flowers. These images seem to encapsulate the way your light has shone brighter and bolder in our community each year. You've always had thoughtful, wise perspectives to contribute to class discussions, but this year, your leadership reached a zenith. Detail, nuance, complexity, and precision are second nature to you, in your historical studies as in your artwork. You don't go for the easy answer, but you delight in pulling back the layers to expose the deeper truths. Your advanced art thesis project sought to demystify your family connections to Mexican identity, resulting in warm, deeply felt work. You've left your comfort zone to travel to Tasmania and Costa Rica to bask in the warmth of new experiences. And of course, you shone as one of the lead performers in this year's play, Everybody, sharing your dedication and joy on stage. At the close of this day, know we're grateful for your presence, and we're excited for you to share your radiance wherever you go next.
Han Rui-Chi. Ricky, you are a unique mixture of dedication, gentleness, enthusiasm, and joy. Compassionate and tolerant, you are a good friend who is always respectful and thoughtful in your dealings with others. You provided important insight into the challenges of virtual learning from a different time zone and contributed valuable experience as an international student committee member. A reliable, talented, well-rounded student with a strong work ethic, you constantly desired to improve your understanding and academic performance. You are undaunted by getting the wrong answer as you seek a deeper understanding of how things work. A strong literature student and critical thinker, you often cut to the heart of the text while at the same time finding thoughtful connections to your own culture. Your talents in math and science are enhanced by your love for music. A multi-talented musician, you've been a 4-year member of the concert, orchestra, and jazz band, as well as an outstanding guitar player and percussionist. We have seen you shine playing the cowbell in AFS concerts, and we were wowed with your sensational one-person band music video, Love Ring. Ruikichi, you are an experienced and adventurous traveler, and we hope your travels bring you back to us often.
Samuel Gauk. Need a contraption, either magical or robotic? Percussionist, negotiator, or software architect? We'll tell you, just call Sam. And was there a single morning of announcements on stage when you didn't let us know about robotics, peer tutoring, or Model UN? Always prepared, you were a superlative UN head delegate. As software lead on the robotics drive team, you excelled at troubleshooting the most arduous systems control problems. You find connections within and between disciplines, as in your English memoir about your complicated robotics journey. With a sci-fi novel in hand, you veer down roads less traveled for solutions in physics and multivariable calculus. You speak and write Spanish beautifully. You created a cool school bus app for Xterm, and recently you've even become an accomplished beekeeper in Farmex. Your percussion contributions energized every ensemble, and you were a faithful social justice advocate in Aware and a voice of reason on DAC. We love the self-deprecating humor and endearing nature with which you critique almost everything. And we are grateful for your endless tech support. With your abundant skills and energy, life will be full of opportunity. But as you quoted on Arbor Day, always be sure to linger and listen for the goldfinches.
Alexandra Kiernan. Alex, complacent, uncaring, disengaged. These are words that would never be associated with you. You give your complete effort and attention to every endeavor you attempt. If there were only 36 hours in a day, then you may have had the time to pursue all of your interests. Over your career at AFS, you have competed fiercely on the soccer field, sung your very best for the choral program, and led countless community service activities. Then, in your downtime, you have studied piano and dance outside of school. Where do you find the time? Your teachers describe you as an inquisitive, determined, and joyful learner, always willing to participate in any activity to the fullest. You have shown yourself to be a focused, driven, and collaborative leader in both BizX and the Community Service Council. Most importantly, you combine a goal-oriented work ethic with an intrinsic motivation to experience and learn new things. This curiosity can be as easily be seen in the classroom as on the streets of Paris, where you soaked up learning about every museum, garden, piece of street art, and bookstore. Alex, you're an incredible ambassador for AFS, and we will miss you.
Wadner Simon. Wadner, we see you. You are wise beyond your years, and you approach every situation with a quiet dignity and a genuine desire for knowledge. You bring your full, inquisitive self to every class. You are never afraid to challenge and push a teacher, as this effort is always in pursuit of learning more. In French, you are always looking at words and ideas that are even tangentially mentioned. You are an enthusiastic history student who consistently contributes to discussions. A passionate mathematician, you are superlatively engaged, constantly learning and making connections to things you encounter in the world. An intrepid computer graphics designer, you immersed yourself into learning the skills and techniques necessary to create strong work. You were a midfielder on the varsity soccer team who frustrated, denied, and sometimes upended your opponents. Your teammates will never forget the crafty and timely header you scored against a formidable opponent. You are a philosopher, in fact, who wants to take part in conversations with others, often at a very intellectual level. And it is evident that you genuinely care about people and about justice. We know in your unique combination of curiosity, engagement, and compassion will help fulfill all of your dreams.
Maddie Lush. Dear Maddie, your kind and loving spirit has provided unwavering tranquility to the AFS community. Your kind greetings and warm sense of empathy have served as examples to all of us on how to truly value the presence of others. In fact, in Yellowstone, you were often the first to step out of your tent into the cold Montana sunrise to help set up for breakfast. You even conquered your fears to crush whitewater rafting. However, your enthusiasm isn't only apparent in your fascination with the eccentricities of the natural world, but also in your gift of music. Maddie, you have been described as an incredible viola player and overall musician who is deeply committed to her craft. As an 8-year member of the orchestra, string ensemble, concert band, and jazz band, you've made a name for yourself as a talented musician with a caring heart. You've even used your talents to help young musicians in the middle school through the peer tutoring program. This sort of selfless, thoughtful collaboration, along with the ferocity you bring to learning and fencing, make you the unshakable force of serenity and tenacity that we'll miss so much.
Barry Oberman. Barry, when someone first meets you, they might describe you as quiet or reserved. We've learned that underneath that outer shell, a depth of personality and boundless creative ideas are shining through. You have surrounded yourself with great friends who enjoy your sweet and gentle spirit and who supported you through some tough times. We have enjoyed watching you come into your own academically. In math, it is fun to watch you eagerly share your ideas or question. Your writing is insightful and poetic. You make each word count. In fact, your love of writing led you to spend your capstone writing a short story. Your historical analyses are strong, based on your perceptive reading and constructive engagement with classmates. You are a wonderful group member. You had great success on the Yellowstone trip, despite being out of your comfort zone. You were always one of the first ones up, contributing much to the group's experience, including successfully identifying a badger. You surprised many by singing and dancing in the ensemble for the musical Songs for a New World in 11th grade. It was so great to see you up there on the stage. Perry, keep letting that light shine in your own special way.
Justin Forbes. So, here is what I'm thinking. Justin, whenever you lead with this, we know that we are about to be treated to a glimpse into your unique and nuanced way of seeing the world. Thoughtful and ever curious, your ideas and questions challenge us to see things differently, and your determination and love of learning extend far beyond the classroom. You made AFS proud as a summer researcher in the Selective Fox Chase TRIP program, and we are deeply appreciative of your thoughtful leadership of DAC. A THOD Award winner in multiple years, you are a committed and gracious teammate. As with everything you do, you give it your all on the track, and you are always willing to step up and do what needs to be done to make the team better. A 3-year member of the robotics team and a member of the software team since 8th grade, your creativity, hard work, and love of science and technology can be seen all over the school and will remain long after you have moved on. You are never satisfied with anything but your best work, and we are all inspired by your passion and commitment. We can't wait to see where your curiosity leads you next.
Leon, Iran, Kathy. Kathy, you follow your own North Star towards right action and make our community a healthier place. As a student, you fully engaged in each class with a flair for applying classroom learning to new contexts. You are adept at solving real-world math problems and learn to love vectors in multivariable calculus. In history, your wide-ranging research explored the origins of the environmental movement. Your environmentalism is more than just academic. With combined fearlessness and curiosity, you connected with the Earth Quaker Action Team and the Sunrise Movement and brought their ideas to your activism at AFS. Your vision led you to build a pollinator garden, help set up the bee yard, and steward FarmX into existence, including saving seeds of everything that you ate. Your deep connection to Quakerism and your leadership in SQUAC gently guided the community to focus on our Quaker mission. A steward and leader, you lay the foundation for other students to continue the work, whether beekeeping or worship sharing. You model what it means to speak up for justice and show us what true care for this community can be. Your example reminds us to bring the quest for justice beyond our walls and into the world.
Andrew Romano. Andrew, your passage through AFS has revealed a student who is remarkably hardworking, passionate, and loyal. In addition, you exhibit a gentlemanly presence and strong character. Focused and committed, you are a fantastic student of Spanish who speaks and writes the language with ease. Your interest in economics and politics has led to many interesting discussions in the classroom. Your love of words and their meaning has helped shape you into a skilled debater in history class where you never shy away from asking a provoking question that advances the class. A thoughtful mathematician, your humor and energy often lifts the room while you display childlike enthusiasm in your aha moments of understanding. Andrew, the list of accomplishments is long. Leader of the Young Conservatives, dedicated member of the concert band, orchestra, and jazz band, captain of the golf team, member of MedX, world traveler to Yellowstone and Costa Rica, chess and magic player, leader of the robotics team, and a member of the Model UN. You are a Renaissance man, and you truly reflect what it means to be a fully engaged and conscientious member of the community, even if you root for the stinking Dallas Cowboys.
Rob Milletti. Rob, in your time at AFS, we've seen you develop into a student who seeks the why in addition to the how. The question, what's next, has been a motivator for you, proving there's always an opportunity for growth. We've noticed the shift in your focus and motivation too, Rob. Like many students in your generation, you see the potential of social media as a venue to engage curiosity and activism. Your TikTok collaborations with fellow content creators and service to the Biden-Harris ticket accumulated substantial followers, which earned you recognition from Joe Biden himself. In your Philadelphia history class, your fascination with the mob spurred research and interviews, culminating in a podcast on the techniques the FBI used to catch Philly mobsters. A skilled photographer, your eye-catching images, literally, bend reality to help us see anew. Whether using your artistic side to design yearbook graphics or delivering a playful, under-the-radar zinger with your peers, your care for others and this community is seen and felt. Your efforts to foster strong connections and chemistry among your ultimate teammates is a testament to the Rob we've come to know. Count us among your most ardent followers as you venture from AFS. Go well.
Noah Pierce. Noah, we've seen you blossom and grow in front of our eyes, like you're one of the Pharmex plants you've reliably cared for this year. Now, before you subtly unleash that sarcastic sense of humor that we love on that opening statement, let's see just what we're talking about. Noah, in the classroom, we've seen you develop over the years into a focused and independent mathematician, a thoughtful and linguistically advanced art and film critic in Spanish, and a deep and insightful class participant and writer in English classes. Your growth was not merely limited to your academic pursuits, though, as you also exhibited a sense of dedication to the AFS music program as a 4-year member of concert band, orchestra, and jazz band, where you reliably exhibited skill and proficiency on the alto sax. It doesn't stop there, Noah. As you committed to the AFS running program, you were a member of MEDEX and Model UN, you made lots of honeycomb frames for Pharmex, and perhaps, most importantly, you're a really good friend, Noah. We wish you more of this growth and success as you leave us. We know you are ready.
Maeve Callahan. Maeve, it has been a sincere pleasure to watch you blossom over your years at AFS. In your early years, you displayed a quiet presence and love of language. That love of language has extended beyond English as you have loved learning French. In history, your writing has been described as gorgeous, your research thorough, and your arguments well thought out and imaginative. In the English classroom, your writing style has been characterized as beautiful, sensitive, and heartfelt. You have always been a wonderful contributor to our choral program. While in your early years, you let your voice speak in your writing, it has been a sincere joy to see you grow in confidence and lend your voice to our community in projects you are passionate about. Starting as a regular attendee of the Ability Aware group, you slowly took on the mantle of leadership and have clerked the group over the last year. You have helped organize community service projects like volunteering to work with young students at a Step Up Academy. You applied for and participated in the MEDEX program. However, most importantly, you have always been a kind, empathetic, and supportive member of our community. We will miss you.
Wang Liang Mark. Mark, from the moment you first arrived at AFS, you have dazzled us. Introducing the community to cardistry, you held court in the student commons and wowed your audiences with masterful sleight of hand and virtuosic tricks. More importantly, you used cardistry as a way to build bridges for you and other international students to engage with your domestic classmates. Lately, we've seen you develop into a K-pop fashion icon, bringing international fashion trends to life as one of the coolest kids in the halls. An insightful and nuanced writer and a leader in class discussions, you are always willing to share personal experiences as well as your own thoughts and feelings openly, setting a model for others. A motivated, bright, and engaged calculus student, you bring an energetic presence to the math classroom, asking wonderful and insightful questions that get deep into the material. You have also developed into a mature contributor to the chorus, and we have missed your in-person voice this year. Please know that the physical distance between us this year has never reduced the affection and care we feel for you as a student, Mark. And no matter how cool you get, you will always be a Roo.
Catherine Ginrick. Callie, your teachers say that you care deeply about others and care not for the pressures of societal expectations. You have a steady, quiet presence that welcomes all. Your empathetic and unique perspective makes you a great collaborator and connector, mentoring younger students and giving answers to their unspoken questions. You are always willing to help out, whether in the WILF, the art room, the classroom, or in the outdoor and sometimes indoor theater. We appreciate your genuine laughs at our corny jokes. Thoughtful and generous, you are a strong mathematician and a natural talent in French. You are an involved member of the community, participating in MEDEX and this year JMAS, which we only wish you had discovered sooner. You have been patient, on the ball, organized, responsive, and enthusiastic, bringing extraordinarily positive energy to the spring production. Proactive and calm under pressure, you were always willing to learn and to find humor in stressful moments of creating a production. You have demonstrated incredible growth over your 13 years at AFS. We are so proud of how far you have come and how much you have accomplished. We know you will continue to grow as you move through the world, sharing your gifts with everyone you meet.
Caleb Perez. Caleb. A flower that blooms all summer creates beauty from the earth silently but surely. You are that continuous blooming flower, quietly and consistently bringing beauty and color into the world with cultivation and hard work. As a student here at Abington Friends, you pushed yourself to rethink and revise writing to achieve strong, unified essays, constantly honing your creativity and voice. You took risks and shared personal stories and reflections, making your writing authentic and insightful. As an artist, you've been an active member of the theater program all the way back to your days as a pirate in Peter and the Starcatcher. You also cultivated a unique and thought-provoking digital visual art portfolio of surreal architectural space. Just as you're writing, you bloom with work that is thoughtful and exploratory, pushing the boundaries of possibility. You helped out in the library with creative cardboard displays and made your classes a better place with your exquisite balance between academic focus and dry wit. You are earnest, genuine, and true to yourself. Caleb, we hope you stay rooted with us here, but can't wait to see how you continue to blossom out in the world.
Max Newman. Max, you are a leader, adventurer, environmentalist, athlete, and scholar. Your curiosity leads you down many different paths, which you embrace wholeheartedly. An outstanding science student, you get the big picture, the small details, all the steps, and everything in between. In Spanish, you absorb new grammar like a sponge, and you're not shy to try new things. You've been a dedicated member of MEDX and most recently PharmX, immersing yourself in school projects, building beehives, growing your own mushrooms, caring about the environment, and choosing farming as your senior capstone project. You also dive headfirst into adventure. Starting with Hurricane Island and then Yellowstone, you launched into outdoor challenges and made them look easy. You've been a leader on the swim team since day one, bringing a sense of calm, an intense commitment, and a spirit of positivity to the team. Oh, and you are so fast. You're consistently one of the team's top swimmers. In your work in peer tutoring, Model UN, and robotics, you achieved a wonderful natural balance, able to be both a team player and an effective leader in everything you set out to do. We can't wait to see where your next adventures take you.
Li Yuru, Rita. Rita, we have loved your generous spirit and the altruistic care that you have shown to your teachers and friends during your time here at AFS. Whether it was carefully building a tiny snowman during one of the first snowfalls of the winter, or crafting beautiful and well-researched presentations in history class, you have shared your thoughtful and loving spirit with us. When we went to virtual classes for the first time last spring, you rose above the challenge and you were an active participant, raising questions and contributing insights about the South African freedom struggle. You've also shown yourself to be a mathematical standout, as you've effortlessly made connections and understand very advanced concepts with ease. A natural teacher, your spirit and care really shine when you explain your thinking to others. We applaud you for being this year's recipient of the Akamai Award for scoring in the top 5 female performers in our region on the AMC and the AIME math competitions. What an amazing accomplishment. We know you have confronted challenges during this difficult year, and we want you to know you have our love and support. We are so proud of you and confident in you as you continue your journey beyond AFS.
Claire Robinson. Claire, you move through life with a quiet fierceness. In the classroom, we see your willingness to take on risks, whether assertively tackling advanced math problems or fearlessly diving into challenging essay prompts. You are a strong yet humble historian, and we marveled when you powerfully buoyed historical research with your knowledge of Lewis Hines photography. You bring such positive energy to your own masterful camera work, and your photography reveals previously unseen depths in ordinary things. In every academic setting, you've shown your superlative spirit of collaboration. Building relationships seems to be in your core. As a dedicated member of SQUAC, you are inclusive of new students and push the group to think deeply about weaving Quakerism into school life. You brought the same supportive leadership to the Jedi Council, MARD planning, and to the AFS soccer team. For 4 years, we admired your diving saves and booming kicks as a brick wall goalkeeper. Your college team will be lucky to have you. Claire, you show us how to raise our voices but also listen. You step up but also make room for others to lead. We will miss you, Claire, but we know you are ready to bring your gifts to the next community.
Lee Mun-chi. Mandy. To quote Walt Whitman, you contain multitudes. With passionate curiosity, you ask the biggest and most profound questions in every class, opening our eyes to new ways of seeing. Your teachers use words like brilliant and nuanced, unparalleled intellectual curiosity, and stunning insights, and we could go on. Whatever the subject, you go beyond the requirements of every assignment, and you do it joyfully. In math class, you quote, got to know integrals as your friends and infinity as a curious cousin. This ability to develop a personal relationship with everything you study allows you to interact with each subject in truly intimate ways. You are magically able to bring one type of knowledge to bear so that you can better understand and appreciate another, much the way your unique ability to view words through the lens of colors gives both greater meaning. You have written, each small act reverberates across space and time. Mandy, we embrace you and honor your deeply spiritual soul filled with infinite love and compassion for every being. And we know we will continue to feel the reverberations of your gentle presence here with us across space and time when you've moved out into the greater world. We'll miss you.
Silas Lloyd. Silas, you have brought delight and curiosity to all aspects of your many years at AFS. History projects, ex-term experiences, astronomy class activities. In English, you're an attentive, appreciative, open-minded reader, and you write with the same passion. You elevated conversations in French class, recently using the language to discuss complex connections between clothes and identity. Your commitment to social justice led you to the Jedi Council and to leadership on the Environmental Action and Justice Committee. You are a powerful advocate for the queer community, modeling what it is to be boldly oneself. Through the theater program, you gifted us with the full range of your talents and imagination. In Charlie Brown, you shared Linus's childlike wonder and sly sense of humor. As Jacques and As You Like It, it was your keen intellect and poetic sensibilities. Your sensitive, athletic performance as Christopher in The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime was lost when COVID canceled the production, but as everybody in Everybody, you pushed the boundaries of vulnerability and theatricality to new limits, challenging us to ask the question, what does it mean to create a life well lived? Stay true to your search, Silas. We look to you for inspiration.
Dylan Burney. Dylan, you are a caring, vibrant, thoughtful soul, and you bring light and positive energy everywhere you go. In class, you are present and engaged in every discussion, sharing your insightful comments with focus and a sincerity of purpose. Your teachers have seen you spontaneously creating poems, songs, and skits, sharing your opinion in strong terms, and putting together beautifully crafted research projects on topics important to you. In your history class, for example, you chose to explore the struggles faced by the anti-colonial resistance in Kenya, and in your English class, you created potent, heartfelt, honest, and engaging spoken word poetry about real-life experiences. You have shared your voice and heart on stage, too. A wonderful contributor to the choral program, you also brought your delightful alto to many a musical at AFS. During the quarantine ex-term, you shared your love for music by hosting an awesome session on R&B. Dylan, we will miss your bright spirit, but we cannot wait to see what you will accomplish next. Whatever it is, we know that you will bring that same passion, intellect, vitality, and strength that you have shown here.
Lucas Garcia. Lucas, during this past year, your generous attitude has been a bright light during a difficult time. We all know that we can count on you for a friendly greeting. Whether virtual or in person, you are always an enthusiastic and courageous student who excels in the classroom. You always come to class prepared and ready to take a risk. In history, you offer insightful comments and ask probing questions about every topic. It's your priority to speak Spanish during language class, and your critiques of films and artwork are deeply insightful and especially thoughtful. In English, you don't hold back and are willing to share your personal experiences in your writing. The striking cherry blossoms that you created as a part of your service project in art simply glow with warmth and soon will bring cheer to others. You have also participated in the service learning trip to Costa Rica and have explored the law as a member of LawX. As you venture from AFS, we know that you will share your spirit with all whom you meet. But Lucas, we hope you will return often and grace the halls of AFS with your signature style.
Sylvia Chauffeur. Sylvia. You are a gifted, intuitive actor with a poetic understanding of language and human behavior. The world of poetry inspires you, and your own writing comes to life when exploring poetic forms yourself, as you did for your capstone project. You are a nuanced writer with a crisp, distinct voice. Your affinity for the natural world goes way beyond poetry, however, as you emerged a superstar, no pun intended, in astronomy class. With an intuitive connection to the material and an amazing recall for details about the moons, planets, stars, and galaxies. A 4-year language student, you expressed yourself as beautifully in Spanish as you do in English, and took a deep interest in immigration and the immigrant experience. The theatrical memories you leave behind are so treasured. Phoebe in As You Like It, Judy in Curious Incident of the Dog of the Nighttime, a performance sadly lost to COVID, and most indelibly, Love in this spring's performance of Everybody. That forthright, pained, and deeply felt performance anchored the central scene of the play and could only be realized by an actor who understands the many and complex faces of love. We believe in you, Sylvia, and especially in your tender and expressive heart. Come back soon.
Sophie Peterson. Sophie, you are the CEO of everything with a capital E, because you are so incredibly capable, organized, and efficient. You are a rare combination of personal excellence and true leadership, the kind that is not ostentatious or self-aggrandizing, but is instead humbly dedicated to putting your unique talents to use to empower others. Your list of accomplishments at AFS is multifaceted and mind-boggling. SQUAC leadership, Jedi Council and Aware, robotics, MEDEX, CSC, EAJ, Model UN, choral music, photography, experiential learning trips off campus. You made a mark on more aspects of student life and student culture than we could even list. You rock out STEM and humanities subjects equally with apparent ease. And somehow, outside of school, you find time to be an inspired dancer and babysitter/camp counselor. You're one of those magical people who seems to find more than 24 hours in a day, and your actions are guided by purpose and goodwill.
You could easily dominate the competition, but you choose to collaborate. You raise the bar everywhere you go, and you lift us up with you. We are certain that you'll go on to do things that have a positive impact on the world in big and small ways.
Tong Li-wan. Kevin, with your magnetic smile that draws people in, you shine with an eagerness to learn and to grow in any class or situation. In your science classes, especially in physics and astronomy, you consistently demonstrated excellence and mastery, no matter the topic. In your English classes, you proved to be thoughtful and steady in your willingness to engage, stay positive, try new things, and revise as you work through your writing. Above all, you are a gifted mathematician who has achieved a true depth of understanding for complex calculations. Your Loom videos this year have, in particular, been much appreciated as they demonstrate your focus and mastery of content. Throughout your years here, you've used your excellent problem-solving skills as a CAD leader for robotics and as an essential member of Mathletes. Whether working in the library or remotely, you have been a diligent student in your time here. Your hard work, willingness to dive deeply into learning, your warm spirit, and your positive approach to any challenge speaks of your resilience, joy, and strength that will carry you on no matter what comes your way. For you, the limit does not exist.
Lillian Wallace Larkin. Lily, empathic, generous, collaborative, thoughtful. You are a quintessential community member. You are also a strong-willed competitor who anchored the defense for AFS soccer and developed into one of the top sprinters in the Friends School League. Your drive to help others meant that you created and led the AFS partnership with a Step Up Academy, were an active member in Community Service Council, and served as clerk of Ability Aware, along with being a vital member of that club over your time here. You bring so much of yourself to your academics, such as in math, where you showed a genuine desire to work through challenges and often doing your best work with the most advanced material encountered, or in publications where you were willing to take on any yearbook task and complete pages with style in record time. As a writer, your strength came from your willingness to take risks, to write about what held meaning to you in real time, from societal problems to personal life lessons. Lily, you care about the things that matter, and we care about you. Please make sure to come back and give us a hug and catch us up on all the good work in the world that you are doing. We will miss you.
Amani Jackson. Amani, if we were looking for a textbook model of a can-do approach to studies and to life, it's your name we would find. Not only did you show us over and over just what you could do, you also did it with a steadily positive attitude that permeated every space you entered. As the challenge of your courses increased, so did your drive and commitment. You genuinely understood the collaborative element of learning, both seeking help when you were searching for the answers to questions and sharing your own understandings with others. You brought the same spirit to your work outside of the classroom. As clerk of BSU, a member of the prom planning committee, and a committed manager for girls basketball whose careful attention to detail helped to keep the stats accurate. As a photographer, your images are imbued with a sense of wonder, and they give us a chance to experience the world from your joyful perspective. We particularly loved your wildly fun and inventive splash photos using milk and food dye. Amani, you exude light and joy and a generous instinct, and we wish you all the best in the years to come.
Casey Getz. Casey, how much you have grown. From your time in lower school to these past 4 years of high school, you've taken on challenges and built up so many life skills. You know how to advocate for yourself, how to ask for help, and how to set up systems for you to succeed academically, all on your own. You also contributed to the work of AbilityWare and furthered understanding around learning differences. You have grown your confidence and leadership in so many ways. As a 4-year robotics member, revamping the team's social media, and serving for 3 seasons as safety captain, and as a conscientious and responsible AFS camp counselor during the summers. Your love of the sport, as well as your teammates, has made up the central core of Rue softball. You have grown an inner fortitude, a sense of knowing, a grounding in who you are. Now you are here, ready for your next challenge that will continue to grow you. While you are on your next adventure, know that AFS is always here to come back to for a hug and a laugh. So make sure to visit and let us celebrate all you have accomplished.
Liam Merritt. Liam, you are too cool. We see you strutting by in your leather jacket and sunglasses while sharing laughter and brotherhood with friends. And for 4 years, we have watched you sprint past us, becoming a dedicated AFS runner and now wielder of the mighty javelin. We have noticed you roll up in your beloved red Mustang, which has become the subject of your Lego sculpture capstone. For someone with such pizzazz, you also carry yourself with humility and earnestness, a loyal colleague, teammate, and friend before all else. Your classmates, teachers, and even your boss all consider you to be exceptionally reliable. We can depend on you to support a group project, lead a math review session, and manage all roles at your summer job. We can all rely on you too for your easygoing, fun-loving, humor-seeking attitude. You are a very consistent winner in Cards Against Humanity. We've seen you develop a passion for drawing and painting, progressing all the way to advanced art, where your thesis showcased celebratory food. You eventually were able to tolerate being asked to dig deeper, and perhaps even grew to enjoy the experience. We know you will continue to grow and find joy in everything you do.
Abby Cameroux. Abby, scholar, athlete, and friend. These are just some of the words that describe you. In the classroom, your energy and engagement lead to insightful revelations and class contributions. You are able to quickly put new ideas into practice in math, earnestly explore the world in French, and encourage your peers to take a closer look at the depth and complexity of characters in English. On the basketball court, you battled through adversity and met each challenge with grit, determination, and resilience. As such, you were a key member of the varsity girls basketball team and the 2020 Pennsylvania State Championship. Abby, you have a heart of gold and the heart of a champion. Always fashion forward with fresh fits and kicks, your style, smile, and playful personality light up every space you enter. Abby, you are a fierce balance of elegance and empathy, charisma, and curiosity. You care deeply for your classmates, teammates, and teachers, often checking in to see how people are doing. Like the assembly you work diligently to bring back to AFS, you embody peace and love. Abby, as you embark on your next chapter, continue to let your light shine for the world to see.
Nick Sidesian. Nick, the teachers wanted to send me the senior recognition via our fax machine. It was broken, so I had to use alternative fax. What is true with absolute certainty is your impact on this community is stunning. The unofficial mayor of AFS, you welcome anyone with an open smile and a warm handshake. Your generous spirit shows in every interaction you have. This year, we see you laughing with your peers, doing laps, and yes, sharing puns. A four-year member of the orchestra and jazz band, you excel at the cello, bringing great energy and joy to rehearsals and performances. On the stage, you also performed in every show since arriving in 9th grade, winning a Cappy for your performance as Sylvius and As You Like It. In the classroom, you always participate enthusiastically, volunteering a comment, asking probing questions of guest speakers, and finding the humanity in your peers and your teachers. You even brought your people skills to Tasmania on the Hobart Exchange. Nick, you are deeply committed to politics and believe in the power of politicians to do good in the world. We know your high energy and caring heart will bring you success in politics and in life.
Ni Lin Lee. Sarah, you have a true eye for beauty. In your first year at AFS, you shared with us your passion for fashion. Your work with Say Yes promotes access to the beauty of self-expression, self-love, and through this, you have helped us all embrace our inner beauty. Thanks to your work, we will all shine on the pages of the yearbook. You have a profound interest in music, film, philosophy, and are always in pursuit of art that resonates. Your keen vision for cinematography earned you second place in the PA Shakespeare High School competition and informs your capstone documentary work on your personal experience as an international student. We see you as fearlessly curious and committed. You jumped right into building beehives and handling bees. You played ultimate frisbee as your first ever sport and stuck with it until senior year, giving your all at every game and practice. Your teachers all know you put the same effort and dedication to each of your classes. We see you give your best at every moment. Sarah, your spirit has painted strokes of artistry, inquisitiveness, and love into our community, and we will forever remember the impression you have left.
Gabrielle Wexler. Gabby, early morning coffee in hand, you plunge into each class, eager to find connections to contemporary issues. You bring a lens of equity to class, asking deep questions about how specific events or texts strengthen or challenge systemic oppression. You value wide-ranging, open discussions about real problems and real solutions. You work to refine your writing and understanding, remaining open to feedback and engaging in the hard work of revision. You followed your passion for social justice by working with Jedi Council and attending MARD and the Quaker Youth Leadership Conference in Washington, D.C. You devised a senior capstone to explore the complex history of the Israel-Palestine conflict and confidently reached out to connect with experts on the topic. You designed the work to allow you to grapple with the multiple truths it would reveal. Your care for the community was evident in your work with student ambassadors and planning orientation activities for international students. Gabby, we see you as a courageous seeker for justice and for new ideas and experiences. You bravely risk the awkward conversation, the trip to a new place, the re-examined assumption. We know your search for knowledge will take you far. Remember to send us postcards from your journey.
Zhou Michael. Michael, you are a tender soul filled with curiosity and buzzing energy. As a math student, you are a perceptive thinker who can dig deep beneath the surface. As an artist, you poured your blood, sweat, and tears into your work, creations that range from your dystopian advanced art thesis to imaginative manga illustrations. In Yellowstone, you hungered to experience the natural world, as well as the many sandwiches you needed to sustain your curiosity. That same eagerness led you to many successes as a swimmer. You were a critical member of the swim team, flying by, dropping time, and soaking the competition and the coaches. You equally embraced the focus and work of becoming a baseball player, blasting many long fly balls in batting practice, unknockable by the pitches coming your way, even if you did get nicked in the face. Your joy for life extends beyond athletics to the kindness and care you show your family, friends, and fur babies. We are lucky to have experienced the love and joy you embody. We send you off on your next journey, knowing that life won't ever knock you down, not with your energy, big heart, and sense of adventure.
Melanie Papa. Melanie, you are a strong and committed scholar, an optimistic and dependable community member, and a caring friend liked by all for your kindness, good nature, and playful spirit. Your high level of integrity and studentship and your willingness to stretch in order to reach your highest potential have impressed us to no end. And it is not surprising that you have grown into one of our most accomplished scholars. A strong analyst with sharp thinking skills in your history class, you are also a solid mathematician and a confident conversationalist who can discuss just about anything in French. Fueled with passion and curiosity, you enjoy discovering new territories, be it as a world traveler in Paris or as a member of the Law X cohort. You are also a natural leader with a strong community spirit, sharing your values and identity with the community in meaningful ways through your work in the Jewish Affinity Group. Melanie, you are such a bright soul, and you have drawn around you a strong circle of friends who enjoy your loyalty and sense of humor. We know for sure that your boundless positive energy and fierce determination will allow you to accomplish anything you set your mind to.
William Jake Campbell. Jake, you attended Abington Friends School, and we wish you the best. There's more. Jake, you have an infectious energy that keeps going and going and going. Your lively presence infused every class you attended, whether in person or in Zoom. Your senior math course benefited so much from your powerful voice. That same voice elegantly raised the narration of the podcast in your Civil War class to radio-ready status. This is no surprise because you are a courageous performer who is willing to bring the full force of your amazing talents to territories as vast as the AFS choral program, the AFS theatrical production of Peter and the Starcatcher, and the historical simulations in your history classes. The men's a cappella group became so much more due to your earnest contributions as a singer and an organizer. Jake, you redefined the role of the manager of the girls' basketball team by including the role of cheerleader. No, you did not wave any pom-poms in the air, but you could always, always be counted on for impassioned, positive encouragement during games and practices. When we think about you and your future, we feel that same energy that you emit so wholeheartedly, and we know you will succeed. Cheers, Jake.
Mcgrayal Green. Mcgrayal, leader, thoughtful, and entrepreneur. These are just some of the words that describe you. In the classroom, you are a joyful presence, full of genuine curiosity and keen insight. Your engagement and eagerness to participate is a welcome addition to any class. A veteran member of the concert band, orchestra, and jazz band, you are an excellent trombone player who brings energy and humor to every rehearsal and concert. Indeed, Mcgrayal, you have been a tremendous steward of AFS both formally and informally. It is also worth noting the deep care and love you show for your young sister, as well as the respect and admiration you receive from younger students. You're also responsible for some of the flyest fits on Student Street. Whether you realize it or not, you are a role model and a fashion icon. Mcgrayal, your tenure at AFS will undoubtedly leave an indelible mark on our community. You are a Renaissance man, you are a scholar, class clerk, CEO, musician, and mogul in the making. You're not a businessman, you're a business man. And your rich mentality will serve you well. Remember, yours is the earth and everything that's in it. Keep grinding and shining. Peace.
Charlotte Averill. Charlie, you masterfully strike the balance between lighthearted cheer and serious intellect. A tenacious student who loves learning, your thirst for knowing has led to brilliant work in STEM, humanities, and the arts alike. You are a talented and comprehensive historical researcher who crafts gorgeous presentations. A prolific language student who can analyze short stories with clear expression. A strong science writer whose paragraphs reveal depths of understanding. A computer science rock star who enthusiastically took on challenging projects. And a resourceful mathematician who always pursued conceptual mastery. And you spread your unbounded joy for learning to younger students by co-creating a lively junior mathletes program. As an incredibly talented flute player with a caring heart, you were the first AFS student to represent us in the district, regional, and all-state Pennsylvania band. And as a dedicated four-year member of the cross-country team, it's no surprise you were honored as an all-league runner, a team captain, and a spirited third athlete. Charlie, we've been awed by your boundless energy and pursuit of excellence. But even more, we've been touched by the collaborative, playful, and kind community member you have been. We know your light will continue to shine brightly wherever you go.
Emily Barker. Emily, we imagine your experience in upper school as one of your many sketchbooks, rich, varied, brimming with ideas, colors, and textures. Opening the first page, we see you as a thinker and scholar, astutely analyzing historical texts and synthesizing their meanings into pithy political cartoons. You show your wry awareness with deft one-liners and precisely targeted sarcasm. Your words are succinct, like your method of using one bold, intricate line of ink to answer the question, what is an American? Page by page, we see the range of your experiences, from sitting on the front lawn of AFS, drawing your friends on an autumn Saturday, to presiding over the camp games at Yellowstone. On each page through each year, your devotion to your artwork is indelible. Your thesis project in advanced art elevated the little bodily imperfections that women hide, underlining the value you place on candor. You've saved your brightest hues for sketches of your friends, whose gestures and features you're able to capture so effortlessly, testament to the sensitivity of your observation. Closing the book for now, we give you our very best wishes and look forward to seeing what brushstrokes and patterns come next.
James Lewis. James, you greet the world with the biggest, warmest smile. Being mostly remote this year, your smile shone through the screen on Zoom, bringing a little bit of joy to your teachers and classmates in a year full of masks. You are thoughtful, serene, and wise beyond your years. Beneath that warm exterior lie deep philosophical thoughts, skillful mathematical thinking, perceptive problem solving, inspiring songs, and calming meditations. You share these gifts through your writing, your insights in class, and your music. Your teachers describe you as unafraid to challenge the predominant thinking or to look at things from a different perspective, which also helped you connect with your elder partner and bring his story to life in a touching memoir. You are also a gifted, multi-sport athlete who earned all Friends School League honors in wrestling as a junior. More importantly, your ability to work hard and push yourself physically on the wrestling mat helped you to persevere through life's other challenges in school and out. You are deeply reflective and honest about your struggles and how you pushed yourself to overcome them. We are overjoyed and proud of the way you finished strong, and we are excited to see how you continue to achieve your goals with warmth and wisdom.
Nathan Thorne. Nathaniel, powered by your seemingly endless supply of snacks, we have watched you grow into your enormous feat over these past 4 years. While you have always brought positive energy and a garrulous spirit to your classes, we have witnessed you develop into a strong contributor and engaged classmate, maturing in your studentship and increasing your skills as a writer and critical thinker. From 9th grade, when you did not want to play with girls on the ultimate team, perhaps they all had cooties, you have since grown into a positive and supportive leader who is always pushing his entire team to be their best. As a 4-year member of the basketball program, you have grown into a strong varsity-level player. This was most true during the team's win versus Mastery, when you hit 2 crucial shots in the final moments and helped secure a much-needed win. All the while, you have maintained that sense of youthful exuberance that has never allowed anyone to get too frustrated with you. We will miss your comfort over style sense of fashion. Pajamas in school, groundbreaking. But we know that you will continue to lift spirits wherever you go.
Drew Arteaga. Drew, where to begin? After so many years, you are truly woven into the fabric of the AFS community. Whether playing Magic, talking about your favorite science fiction series, or building with robotics, you amaze us with the many dimensions of who you are. You have crescendoed into a talented musician who has been an integral part of the concert band, orchestra, and jazz band. Your passion for the arts is inspired by your family, which has also motivated you to become a dedicated Spanish student, exploring your own identity and culture through art and film. A consummate traveler and adventurer, your intellectual curiosity manifested itself in your engagement in experiential learning trips to Hurricane Island and to Yellowstone. Your senior year was one of exponential growth and exploration. You found the natural rhythm in the water during your first season as a varsity swimmer, brought such joy and natural leadership to your first year of Ultimate, and jumped at the chance to practice beekeeping in the bee yard. Throughout it all, you've forged immensely valuable friendships, which are a testament to your character. Drew, we look forward to hearing of your successes as you take on the next adventure in your life.
Anna Sperger. Anna, you are the embodiment of the saying, still waters run deep. You've thoughtfully navigated the intellectual journey of high school with a calming presence and clear voice. When a solution is needed to a problem, you simply say, I'll figure it out, and do just that. But look out, world, that keen intellect can just as easily be used to conceive a not so far-fetched plan to overthrow a foreign government as you did in a historical simulation in your US and Latin America class. A strong Spanish language student and intrepid traveler, you enjoy exploring new places and learning about people and cultures. You bring the same intellectual curiosity and resourcefulness to photography. The series of self-portraits you made during the pandemic were some of your most vulnerable and revealing images. A multi-year, multi-season athlete, you became a great leader and confidant for your teammates. Anna, you are an unflappable learner who is not intimidated by a challenge, and with your dedicated commitment to environmental action and justice, we are fairly certain that you will be at the forefront of combating climate change. We hope that the alternative fueled vehicle you helped design and build brings you back to AFS often.
Mia Wong Herrera. Mia, you're an ambitious learner and researcher who is willing to take risks. As a mathematician, you like to figure things out on your own. You're determined and cooperative in and out of the classroom. How interesting that you were able to mix your love of math with your love of Spider-Man by designing an intertwined graph which included the teen superhero. You have been a life giver to Marvel Club, serving as co-clerk. In the first year of Marvel Club, you led a movie night collaboration with Ola Club to view Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. As a two-sport athlete, you were one of the most welcoming members of each squad. You serve as a volunteer to teach English as a second language to members of your community. As an artist, you created portraits of your family and folks that you met while on your family's trip to Cairo, Egypt, and Johannesburg, South Africa. Your love of playing card and board games with your family keeps you connected to them, and you thrive on that connection. We will miss our connection to you and cannot wait to hear about your amazing stories when you return to visit. Excelsior!
Sophia Mealy. Sophia, you never ask for recognition or acclaim, but they come to you by virtue of your undeniable excellence. Deeply humble, you are not even fully cognizant of your tremendous gifts. You may sometimes feel unequal to the task of advocating for social justice or motivating your athletic teams or excelling in all academic disciplines or creating visionary artwork or being a friend to so many, but you do all of this anyway. You take action because you believe that the work is necessary, and ultimately you do what must be done. Your integrity is a natural consequence of a deep intrinsic motivation to make yourself and the world better, and correspondingly, your impact on this community is immeasurable. You are a fierce scholar in the classroom and courageous experimenter in the studio. You are a gifted athlete in soccer, track, and swimming, and a natural leader. An insatiably curious and intellectual student of the human condition, and a guide for student-led anti-racism work through AWARE. Sophia, you have brought so much goodness to our community. Have faith that when your compass is true, and yours is, that whatever direction you choose is the right one. Know that we are always here, cheering you on, and ready to love on you when you return.
Jamie Greenberg. Jamie, your tenacious nature is evident in all you do. In medics, you are a dedicated cohort member and could always be counted on to listen carefully and ask the mentors meaningful questions. You faithfully attended every field trip we had pre-pandemic. As a member of the Publications Committee, you struck a remarkable balance between kindness and persistence to make sure students got their pictures in for what will certainly be a very unique yearbook. Also for the yearbook, when it was decided that we needed our mascot Rue to pose in pajamas, you took on the role with grace and style. Overall, you are generally considered to be an engaged and even entertaining participant in your classes. In English class, you are delightfully transparent about learning new grammar concepts and consistently asked all kinds of engaging questions. A positive presence in Drew's politics course, you contributed consistently to classroom discussions with your peers about current events and issues, and asked great questions of guest speakers. There is a theme here about your ability to be so engaged and present in all that you do. Another theme is your wonderfully right sense of humor. It's a delightful part of you we will all miss, Jamie. Engaged, present, and humorous. Your presence will be a gift wherever you go.
Daniel Amato. Daniel, since kindergarten, we have celebrated your calm, kind, and gentle demeanor. In high school, you have become an expert of the pithy with your thorough, succinct summaries of concepts. A fine historian, you were prepared, focused, and could always be counted on to answer the tough questions. You are a strong thinker, reader, and writer, your thinking always perceptive and clear. An industrious mathematician, you were a contributing member in small group work, providing insight and direction to your peers. You are a talented and dedicated trombone player, demonstrating your commitment to concert band and orchestra. A reliable member of the baseball program, you played for 7 years. Highly committed to robotics, you developed your design build skills over the past 4 years while also helping the team improve its capabilities. You, impressively, served a variety of roles, including build team member, drive team captain, and 3 seasons as the subsystem design leader. Daniel, continue applying your passion and talent to everything that you do. Keep on learning and discovering, and be sure to return to AFS to share your accomplishments or give the robotics team a few pointers. We wish you all the best as you pursue your engineering studies.
Zanaya Ross Barnes. Zanaya, your road to this moment right here and to your upcoming high school graduation has not always been a smooth and peaceful one. However, no matter the bumps and potholes, the injuries and illnesses, and the many other obstacles in your path, you never, ever gave up. Your strength and resilience are truly awe-inspiring, and they brought you successfully to the end of this chapter and prepared you well for what's coming. Zanaya, you opened yourself to us over your years at AFS, sharing insights about your personal journey in English class this year, adding strong contributions to class discussions in math, and transporting us into the images by your use of light and shadow in your photos that show your reverence for nature's quiet and solitude. But Z is on the basketball court where your best qualities combine to propel you to great heights. You helped lead the Roos to the state championship last year. You were selected as an all-state player in Pennsylvania, and you will continue your career at the Division I level next year at Stony Brook University. Zanaya, thank you for sharing yourself with us these past 4 years. We can't wait to see what comes next.
Kareem Creedy. Kareem, from the first moment you entered our community, we could tell that you marched to the beat of your own drum, both figuratively and literally. You were often observed holding drumsticks, rhythmically tapping on any surface that provided you with a pleasant sound. This love of music was keenly appreciated by your peers in orchestra, concert, and jazz band, where you have been noted for being an excellent percussionist with great feel. You also lent your talents for music to the upper school production of Songs for a New World, working in the pit alongside other musicians. However, you're not solely known for being a musician. Your love of history has not gone unnoticed over the years. You engage with the material and show great analysis during class conversations and research projects. You are constantly questioning and searching for answers to difficult issues, wanting to interact with others to figure out how to create a path toward a more just world. Kareem, you are a wonderfully good-natured, thoughtful, and reflective individual who will be valued in any community in which you find yourself. You have shown tremendous growth and resiliency throughout your time here. Let the beat go on.
Ayana Williams. Ayana, you were really nervous about the zip line on the Costa Rica trip, to the point that everyone had to encourage you to go. And then you launched yourself and flew. That's how we've seen you approach everything you do. Both in and out of the classroom, you seek out challenges and opportunities for growth, dive into each experience wholeheartedly, and work hard to see it through. An engaged history student, you made insightful connections between the past and the present. Focused and intuitive in math, you asked the questions that enabled you to achieve true depth in understanding challenging material. Your final photography project was the result of 3 years of honing your skills, and your black and white landscapes beautifully captured the lines and textures of the landscapes around you. You bring the same commitment to your work outside of the classroom, whether tackling a case in MedX, working on a farm in Costa Rica, or sitting courtside as the manager of the girls' basketball team. Those around you know that they can rely on you. Now, as you get ready to launch yourself once again, we are all here to cheer you on, and we wish you many more exciting adventures.
Max Emery. Max, from your achievements in sports
to your vigilant and helpful role as a summer camp lifeguard, it is hard to truly describe your full contributions to AFS. You are such an earnest and kind person. It's impossible not to like you. You are truly connected to our community, always ready with a cheerful hello and greeting for both current and former teachers and your classmates. You were a formidable striker on the varsity soccer team, where you pressured the opposition and scored several timely goals and contributed a number of assists. As a junior on the varsity basketball team, you were relentless on both ends of the court, and your effort gained you the respect and admiration of your teammates, as you were nominated Third Athlete that year. In the classroom, you were an equally positive presence. A four-year French student, you brought creativity and a cheeky sense of humor to everything you did, from intense Kahoot competitions to cooking videos. A very insightful mathematician, you also picked up on new ideas quickly, but also carefully considered their meaning. We will miss your cheerful greetings and bright presence, but we'll have to share you with the world now. But come back and visit us soon.
Noah Vinogradov. Noah, there is a brilliant, fierce, and generous harmony in everything you do. Literally. You are an extraordinary pianist and saxophonist who shared your gifts in concert band, orchestra, jazz combo, and jazz band. You dazzled us with new arrangements for Songs for a New World, and by learning the insanely difficult solo for Snarky Puppy's Lingus. Music making is in your soul, but off stage too, you blend the wide-ranging notes of your life into gorgeous chords. You braided your fluency in Spanish with your passion for social justice by investigating immigration issues. Your reading and writing became more incisive as you sought to understand and acknowledge the lives of others more fully. Your notes and recall in history were encyclopedic, and you dove into complex multivariable calculus topics. Your commitment to making change in the world led to inspiring leadership in AWARE, Environmental Justice, and Community Service Council. In those roles, you grew in courage and skill, willing to get into good trouble, and always careful to welcome all voices into courageous conversations. True and genuine, your life is a song of service. You lead with your heart, a crescendo of love, everything you do in the beautiful key of Noah.
Devin Costello Henderson. Devin, your strong sense of purpose, rooted in a deep concern for stewardship and social justice, informs everything you do. You simply exude a passion for the arts, particularly as an extraordinarily gifted vocalist whose stage presence connects to your care for our world and everyone in it. You have been a fiercely dedicated participant in the theater program since you arrived in 9th grade, performing in every main stage production, and nominated for Cappies and Independence Awards for your role in Songs for a New World. You positively revel in the challenge of learning new skills. Academically, you were a regular contributor to discussions in history, a talented French student with an excellent work ethic, and a steady presence in the math classroom. On top of all this, you were a leading participant in Pharmex and the Environmental Action and Justice Club, a leader of the Feminist Club, and a member of the Jedi Council and MARD. Your genuine spirit always shines through as an old soul who loves listening to opera on a record player, watching the Great British Bake Off, and wearing silly socks. We look forward to seeing you on stages in New York City and beyond in the coming years.
Madeline Hill. Maddie, what a joy to watch you grow into the accomplished, confident person you have become. An independent learner, self-advocate, and thoughtful and upbeat participant in your classes, you help others do their best work. You are a prolific and versatile photographer who digs deep, and you bring that authenticity to everything you do. As an athlete, you gave your all while battling through many injuries. Never giving up, you always found ways to use your gifts to support others, managing boys varsity basketball, keeping scorebooks, running scoreboards, helping to clean up after games, doing what was needed with a smile. On the Student Agenda Committee, you worked to enliven school spirit and student engagement. You have been an essential member of the Community Service Council, using your formidable organizational skills to lead Kicks for Cancer, helping and inspiring so many. Mr. Rogers famously told children who were struggling, "Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping." Maddie, you are our model of a true helper to your friends, your teachers, and the AFS community. We know that your passion for service, your open-hearted engagement with others, and your can-do spirit will continue to shine a bright light in the world.
All right, now that you have all been recognized, I would like to ask Tony Volsing and members of the publications class to present the 2021 yearbook dedication. Yes? Sorry? Let's all clap for the class. Honestly, I thought about the clapping, but I couldn't remember if we clapped in the meeting house or not. So I'm glad you all were able to push into that. Thank you. All right, and here's the publications class and Tony.
If you could just all stand kind of this way. So this is most of the publication staff. We also had one junior on the most challenging year to make a yearbook. We had no portrait photographer. This group chased down over 700 people to get their photos in the yearbook. And it's pretty amazing. It's not perfect, they never are. Please do not tell us if there is a mistake. We don't want to know. And there is one on the cover, but don't tell us. We don't want to know. Traditionally, the yearbook is unveiled at this event. It's been sent home for weeks now, so many of you have it already. And you may know the dedications, but the faculty do not. I don't think. I hope they don't know. So it's a surprise. We've dedicated this book to 3 people. I'm going to have you start.
Jillian. Jillian's math classes are always much fun, especially when we go off topic, from making us laugh with her dry sense of humor to letting us turn in our homework too late. She's always been there for us. Outside of the class, she was the only new teacher who was in charge of an advisory on her own when our class was in 9th grade. Every member of her advisory feels the warmth she gives.
I think the last time I was up here speaking, there was a bird flying around behind me. So it's okay. So this is where we're at right now. But our next dedication is for Margaret. Margaret is the definition of caring. Her teaching travels far beyond a history curriculum, which has played a key role in the class of 2021's growth. Facing much adversity due to COVID in the spring of 2020, Margaret continued to bring love and enthusiasm to the virtual classroom. Not even a week after classes began online, Margaret painted her wall with chalkboard paint to give students an in-person experience. Margaret's dedication to teaching extends much further than her job description. Margaret, we thank you for your hard work to prepare us for our lives beyond AFS.
We're missing Rob and Lily. Why aren't you down here? Come on down here. No? Okay, 2 other people. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. All right. Our third dedication, this group is not so excited about public speaking. They're more, so I'm going to read the third dedication. The third person we're dedicating, this class has chosen to dedicate the yearbook to is Mcgrayal. Mcgrayal goes above and beyond his job description to welcome everyone with open arms, even if you just want to take a break from the school day and want to talk. He is there to talk about any and everything. He is always genuine and has a deep care for our school community. Mcgrayal came into our lives as sophomores, and from then we were all pleased to have him. We thank you, Mcgrayal, for everything you've done for us. In addition, in this book, we have 2 special thanks because of the conditions of this year. Special thanks to the maintenance team. Thank you, maintenance. We would like to thank you for everything you have done this year. This year was made possible because of your efforts to put up tents, clean the doorknobs, keep the desks socially distanced, and direct traffic in the parking lot. There are probably many things that happen behind the scenes just for us to be able to come to school every week. Thank you so much for all your work, both seen and unseen. This year was possible because of you. One more last special thanks. Special thanks to Dom. Thank you, Dom. Dom, we would like to thank you for your hard work over the past 5 years. You took time to get to know each student in the upper school and made sure they got the best out of AFS. You were the upper school's #1 advocate for everyone to come back to school. Thank you for working so closely with the pandemic team so we could have somewhat of a normal school year. Thank you for everything. We wish you well in your next chapter.
Congratulations to the yearbook dedicatees. Very, very well deserved. Before we come to the end of the senior recognition program in a few minutes, I just want to remind seniors that you are free until 10:15. We're moving time up a little bit since the program moved along at a good clip. So we will be in the Berman Gym for commencement rehearsal at 10:15. Please don't be late. In terms of where commencement will be, we will be, Rich and I will talk after this and try to figure it out as best we can. The hope is to have it outdoors. I know that many of you would like to have it outdoors, as would we. So we're going to look at the forecast carefully and try to do the best we can. Just remember that the decision really does affect everybody else's closing ceremonies as well. So it's not a decision that we can just make on our own, but we will do the best we can. First, I want to acknowledge that you are all soon to be, as I said at the beginning, AFS's newest alumni. Yes, congratulations. As alumni, this community will continue to be connected to you in your life, as I'm sure AFS hopes you stay connected with the community. As you have heard again and again in the speeches today, come back, tell us what you've been doing, teach us what you've learned. As a sign of your new alumni status, the Alumni Office has a gift for you that you will receive when you leave the auditorium today. So, here we are. You made it. We made it. I've been thinking about what I would say to you all for quite some time. What do you say to the class that has been through what you the class of 2021, have seen over the last 17 months. Well, I have resolved that I am not going to spend any of my time today talking about this damn pandemic, because I, for one, am tired of talking about it. Instead, yeah, sure. Instead, though we spoke about each of you so beautifully just now, I have brought with me some notes I've been maintaining through your 4 years, beginning with your 9th grade entry interviews, and I'm now going to take the time to roast each and every one of you. I'm just kidding. What's Rich going to do? Fire me? No, I'm just kidding. All kidding aside, I say that I'm not going to talk about the pandemic because I'm tired of it. Yes, also hunching. However, it would also be so reductive of your experience, of your senior year. Because though we talked about it far too much this year, the pandemic did not define who you are. This year, as with all years, you did all the things that people your age are supposed to do. You went to school. You attended a class when you weren't really feeling it. You saw successes and you saw failures. You had an argument with a parent or guardian who you felt was getting too much into your space. You stayed up too late working on a paper or project. You probably rolled your eyes at some point and said, "Oh my God, can you just not?" I know that's true because a few of you said that very thing to me. But who knows what other experiences defined your senior year? Perhaps you had to face the disappointment of not getting into that college of your dreams. Maybe you got to start a new friendship or saw one grow to a whole new level. Perhaps you had to tell someone that you loved them, but not in the same way that they loved you. Or perhaps you just had to say goodbye or hello. My point is that you lived this year. You didn't live in fear, though that was certainly present. You lived. Now you look to the future, which I hope feels brighter for you than it might have a few months ago. And I have a message that I want to share with you as you graduate in a few days and head out into the world. My message is this: you are prepared, but you are not ready. I don't say this to you to sound really depressing or to give you a sense of anxiety or foreboding about the future. On the contrary, I hope that this message is liberating. You are prepared, but you are not ready. What do I mean by that? You're not ready for what the world is going to throw at you. Any adult in here can tell you you're not. Why? Because none of us are. None. Because as John Lennon once sang, life is what happens to you while you're busy making other plans. If we wanted you to be truly ready, we would have required 4 years of Megan's improv class. Because in all honesty, that's what life is. An improv where your goal is to keep your head above water and to try to never look scared. Take a moment to look around at your loved ones here with you. Take a moment. At the teachers who have guided you up to this point. Here's the God's honest truth. We are all faking it. We've just gotten better at acting like we know what's going on. However, I can also say with great confidence that you, dear class of 2021, are prepared. How can you be prepared but not ready? In your years here at AFS, you have developed the skills, enlarged your toolbox, and sharpened your intellect to be a critical thinker and consumer of knowledge in this world. You have learned to argue, you have learned to write, and you have learned to question. These are gifts. These are the tools, the instruments of life that you take with you and that you will continue to hone for the rest of your life. However, I'll be brutally honest, because that's what I seem to be doing in this speech today. These tools, you could have developed them in any school. The public school down the road or one of the half-dozen Quaker schools that we all love to say aren't as Quakerly as AFS. Yet I do believe there is something special about what you learned here in this place, in this quirky and fuzzy community called Abington Friends School. There are tools in your toolbox that few other students possess and fewer deliberately learned about in school. You've learned to exercise your heart as well as your mind. You've grown in your capacity to see the world from another perspective, another point of view. You've learned to sit in discomfort and work through deep pain in order to expand your understanding of justice and fairness. You have come to understand the two most central things you need to understand in order to live a life of goodness. First, that we are primarily defined by the way we treat ourselves and the way we treat other people. As Maya Angelou once said, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. How you treat people is a choice, but the rewards and consequences of your choice are also something with which you have to live. I would humbly suggest that the thing to do, as Dr. Angelou also once said, is to be a rainbow in someone else's cloud. And second, the second central thing that you've learned in order to live a life of goodness, that your core mission in life is to fulfill the most truthful expression of yourself in all things. As the Quakers say, you should pursue the simplicity of spirit that will let your life speak. To be who you are, to show everyone your full authenticity in everything you do. It is so easy for me to say, but so hard for us to all actually do. It is your life's work. But you should know that whatever truth you share with the world, people will love you fully and without reservation. And those that do not aren't worth your time. I say again to you, dear class of 2021, you are not ready because none of us are. But you are prepared. And we are so excited to see what becomes of you and the difference you will make in this troubled and fractured world we live in. You carry our hopes with you, and as I have said to you so many times, dear friends, go well.